Many companies talk about customer experience management, but can you describe what ResponseTek's viewpoint is on that space?
Yeah, thanks. So again, customer experience management, in our perspective, is measuring the gap between what a brand's promise is, so what the executives intend their company's brand promise to be out in market, and what the actual customer experience is. And really, a good customer experience management program should help close the gap between that intended experience and the actual customer experience. And the way we believe that's best done is by capturing very personalized feedback in real time from a customer, right at as close as you can to the transaction occurring, so they can give that feedback honestly and very memorably, and then pushing the feedback out to the organization so that business changes can be made based on the feedback from voice of customer. So the whole point is collapse that gap by actually making changes to your organization based on priorities identified by your customer.
What are some of the hottest trends for CEM and voice of consumer in 2015?
Yeah, so there's three key trends that we're focusing on as an organization. The first one is being able to listen to customer feedback everywhere. So again, today's consumer, the millennials, tend to carry technology with them at every interaction point. So we believe very strongly that having mobile location-based feedback mechanisms, so via SMS or via mobile feedback survey, is really important. And actually collecting the feedback in the channels, so all of the channels from website to contact center, a retail or branch location, and even listening on social properties, so putting your antenna up. So that's the first key trend, is making sure that you're able as an organization to listen wherever the customer is interacting with you, not just the channel that you choose. Second is to make sure that you spread the learning from the voice of customer throughout the organization. So quite typically in the past, this has been done asynchronously through market research and feedback shared with executives and management level. But we believe very strongly the trend is to spread the learning throughout the organization, right down to the frontline rep. So the person in the branch or the person in the contact center should hear as close as possible how that customer just felt about the interaction with them. And the third is, I think we're seeing lots of analyst reports saying that CEM programs are failing as a result of not generating ROI or tangible action. So this is going to be a really important year for brands and organizations to push results and actions through voice of customer. So showing demonstrable ROI, showing tangible business improvements that have been based on collecting the feedback. So moving beyond just collection of feedback and into business change and transformation.
What is the most important aspect of CEM that an organization should focus on, and what benefits can they expect to receive?
So I think we've done hundreds of solutions around the globe, and I think we'll get back to just one really important aspect, which is creating momentum inside the organization based on business change. Right? So some organizations have a real benefit if the C-suite or the CEO has mandated that they are going to adopt a CEM approach and voice of customer, and that sort of permeates inside the organization. But equally and oppositely, there's the ability to create momentum from the bottom up by putting feedback in place. First key thing is the transparency of feedback, so getting it right to the front line so that they can see whether or not they're doing their job properly. A lot of companies are very afraid of sharing customer complaints or feedback with their front line. Most employees, 90+% of employees want to deliver a good job. And I think getting the feedback to them on whether or not they're doing that is really important. The second thing is creating this momentum of change by closing the loop with the customer. So not good enough just to collect feedback from today's modern consumer. You actually need to close the loop to let them know, A, that you heard the feedback and that you're going to action on it. In fact, we've got lots of clients that can get major increases in retention rate just from acknowledging the feedback and phoning the customer back. One of our clients, T-Mobile, saved over $30 million in revenues from subscribers just within the pilot period of 6 to 8 months. And the last thing is, using voice of customer as a roadmap for change, right? So there's lots of things that need to be changed inside organizations. Many companies are paralyzed about what the priority order should be, and your customers will give you a very clear roadmap for what they think are the most important things that need to be changed. And this is not boiling the ocean. A lot of these changes can be very small, simple things that can be started either on your website or in your call center or retail operations. Small changes that have actually big impacts on customer satisfaction and reducing your churn rates.
Learn more during this webinar called Time to Get Personal, Tips to Personalize Your Customer Journey, presented by ResponseTek and Loyalty360 on April 9th at 1 p.m. Eastern Time.